What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, thank you, God, for another day and opportunity. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to jump on board and be a part of the Rich family. And can we go ahead and reach 50 likes on today's video? Now, as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen today, I am bringing y'all the one and only best Catfish Paint Beast build on NBA 2K22 current gen. Now, y'all have been showing me so much love on both current as well as next gen videos when it comes down to the builds, and I really just want to go ahead and say thank you all so much for the support. We are growing rapidly, and I'm just letting y'all know you better go ahead and jump on board before we reach 5k big supporters. So let's go ahead and get started with this build. We're gonna go ahead and make it out of the power forward position. Once it comes down to the pie chart, pick the one with the shooting as well as the finishing. And then for the physical profile, you have more than 2 options to pick from. So you can go with the first one, the fourth one, or you can go ahead and pick the third one. Now, all 3 of these pie charts are very solid, but I'm telling y'all, if I were you, I would not pick any other pie chart other than the third one. Now, the reason why I say that is because that one is going to allow us to get the most strength out of this build when it's all said and done. When we fix up our height, weight, and wingspan, that's going to play the biggest factor of this build for the physicals. So that is why I say, if you are still here right now, pick the third physical profile. Now, as we go ahead and get into the breakdown of the actual attributes, I know there will be some areas of this build that you probably will feel like you want to change. Don't do that. Let's go ahead and create this build together. Then if you want to make your own adjustments, do it after we have actually finished the build. So I'm going to go with a maxed out close shot for the finishing, maxed out standing dunk, as well as a maxed out post hook. Now, for badge purposes, go with a driving dunk of 51, and that's going to bring us up to a total of 19 finishing badges. Now, once we go ahead and get into the shooting, most playmaking paint beast build are not going to be able to shoot, let alone any pure paint beast build. So we're going to go with a 74 mid-range shot when it comes down to the three-pointer. Go with a 71. Then when it comes down to the post fade, I'm going to go with an 87, and that's going to give us 16 total shooting badges. Now, I'm telling you, you are definitely going to be very happy with the end result of this build, especially with the badge count, and more so even if you have grinded out each season up to season 8, you have the potential to add 8 extra badges put towards this build. So when it comes down to the pass accuracy, I'm going to go with a 69 ball handle, 51, and a 76 post control. Now right there, we actually do get another 16 badges for the playmaking, which means the rest of the attributes are going to be left over for the defensive end. So to get started, go with an interior defense of a 69. Once it comes down to the steal and the block, you can pick between which of these 2 you want to upgrade. I'm going to go with the block, making it a 73. Offensive rebound, bring it up to a 67, then go ahead and max out the rest on the defensive rebound. Now, if you want to go ahead and get a higher lateral quickness, all you need to do is take off your offensive rebound, throw the rest of the attributes into your lateral quickness, and right here, we're going to be able to, instead of getting 7 defensive badges, we will be getting 6, but I'm telling y'all, that means we're going to be able to get a higher lateral quickness. Now, whichever way you decide to go about the defensive end, that should all be based off of your own preference, but I'm telling you, as for the badge count, we have everything that we're going to need on all ends of the floor. Then when it comes down to the physicals, once we adjust the weight, I'm telling y'all, the strength is going to be very overpowered on this build, especially once you consider the takeovers as well. So let's go ahead and get started. To make this more of a catfish build, I would really consider, instead of going with burly or builds, pick compact or slight. Now, both of these are going to be a good option to start with, but I'm telling y'all, either one of these is going to be fine. Now, once it comes down to the height, Normally, a lot of people would leave this build at 6'9" or even drop it down to 6'8", but today we're going to be going with 7 feet exactly. Now, we did get a boost put towards our strength once it comes down to the weight. Here is where things are going to get even better for the strength on the physicals. I'm going to go with the weight of 279, and I'm telling y'all, the wingspan is really going to take a huge factor of this build as well. So, if you want to, you can definitely go ahead and try to get the maximum speed, but I'm telling y'all, you do not want to do that because we did pick a physical profile that is going to be based for our strength. Now, for the wingspan, I would go and just say, I'm going to max it out at 94.0. If you want to go anything lower for better shooting stats or whatever reason for your own preference, you can definitely do that, but I'm telling y'all, maxing it out is the way that you want to go in order to make this the absolute best Paint Beast build in all. Now, for the takeovers, that's going to play a huge effect of what this build's going to be able to do as well. We get the post scoring as well as the rim protecting. So if you do decide to go with the rim protecting, I can see why. We do have a few less badges than any other area for this build, but I'm telling y'all, you're going to have a lot of fun if you do decide to lower the wingspan, because right here, if you do go with the lowest, you'll be able to get the sharpshooting takeover. For my liking though, out of all 3 of the takeovers, I would really consider the post scoring to have more fun on the offensive end. And as y'all can see, we have created the Catfish Paint Beast build that is going to be able to shoot just as good as any other archetype. Now, we got to go ahead and check out what this build is going to be looking like at 99 overall once we buy our own boost for it, as well as run with teammates that do have on Hall of Fame floor general and defensive leader. So with those 3 boosts, we'll be able to get a plus 12. Then once we activate our post scoring, sharpshooting, or rim protecting takeover, that alone gives us a plus 10. So if you did pick that rim protecting takeover, essentially, you'll be able to get up to a 99 defensive rebound, 99 block, as well as a 98 or a 99 interior defense. Now, if you did decide to go with the post scoring takeover, you'll be able to get a 99 close shot, standing dunk, post hook, as well as our post control. Now, I'm telling y'all, this is easily one of the best defensive builds all around, but even more so when it comes down to what we're going to be able to do on the offensive end. This, in my opinion, is my favorite well-rounded big build that we would be able to use all year. Now, for the physicals, we do get a plus 8 put towards our strength, which means we'll be able to get a 94 when it comes down to this area of the build. But from here, let's go ahead and check out which badges that you should be running on this build. I'm going to go with Hall of Fame Posterizer as well as Hook Specialist. Now, we cannot forget about Limitless Takeoff. And then from here, I'm going to spread the wealth just a little bit, going with Bronze Fearless Finisher as well as Unstrippable and Lob City Finisher. Now, for the final Hall of Fame badge, I would consider Fast Twitch, or, since we do have a high strength, Rise Up and even Back Down Punisher. Now, both of these are going to be a good option, but I'm telling y'all, since we do have that high strength in the 90s, I'm going to go with Back Down Punisher. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the shooting badges. Another 16 that we're going to be able to work with. I'm going to go with Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter as well as Sniper to start it out. Rest of the way, you can spread the wealth if you wanted to, but I'm telling you, I would go with possibly anywhere from Bronze to Silver Corner Specialist. I'm going to leave off Catch and Shoot just so that way I'm able to throw on Deadeye as well as Green Machine. Now, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Deadeye to Silver. Then for the final Hall of Fame badge, I really feel like Limitless Spot Up is going to be very overpowered on this build, especially with our height. But now, let's go ahead and check out what we're going to be able to do with the playmaking. So we get 16 badges here as well. I'm going to go with Hyperdrive on Gold as well as possibly Quick Chain. But first, I got to go ahead and put on Quick First Step. Now, the only reason why I have not thrown on Quick Chain is because for this build, I really feel like it's not going to be needed. I would consider running Triple Threat Juke as well as Bullet Passer on Gold, then Silver Bailout as well as Unpluckable. Now from here, Let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the defensive end. And remember, if you have grinded out each season, you'll be able to get 8 extra badges in this area of the build. For my liking, I'm going to go with Silver Intimidator, Rebound Chaser, as well as Rim Protector. Now, if you want to spread the wealth a little bit, go with 2 to 3 bronze badges, then the rest to gold or silver. And this is the final setup. 7 defensive badges, 16 playmaking, 16 shooting, and 19 finishing. And if you made it to the end, thank y'all so much for your support. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications so you can join the rich family. And let's go ahead and reach 50 likes on today's video. That is truly going to help me out. But man, thank you again. God bless y'all. And more so than anything, thank you, God, for another day and opportunity. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.